Welcome back. Muslim-West relations have been a point of much debate and discussion over the years. With the rise of emerging markets and increased investment interest into the Middle East, cultural understanding is crucial in driving business and to strengthen global ties. To discuss the challenges to this, earlier today I caught up with Dalia Mogahed, the regional director of the newly founded Abu Dhabi Gallup Centre, who is also an advisor to Barack Obama at the White House Office on Faith-Based and Neighbourhood Partnerships. Welcome to the show today. It's a pleasure having you here.
Thank you.
So in the current economic situation, with the US looking to increase investments into emerging markets, tell me about the importance of cultural understanding.
Cultural understanding is really crucial to healthy business relationships, because without it, business leaders can do things that offend the other and ruin a perfectly profitable business relationship without realizing it. And so these types of reports, this type of research can be very, very important and helpful to business people.
Now, the Gallup Centre recently released a report. Tell us a bit about the report and its key findings.
Our report looks at the state of relations between Muslims and the West, and we found out a couple of things. First of all, that despite numbers being rather low in some cases, people are still optimistic about the relationship. People are still interested in engaging with the other. And I think one of the most surprising issues is that religious practice is actually associated with a greater readiness for engagement in Muslim-majority societies, which points at the fact that religion and religious leaders can play a very important role in helping to bridge gaps.
Definitely. So what was the most sort of surprising thing that came out of the report then? One of the most shocking sort of areas, do you think?
I think what was really surprising was how optimistic people were, despite the fact that their hopes in better relations with Obama's outreach have actually in many cases been let down. That despite that letdown, people are still very interested in reaching out and still think that greater interaction is more a benefit than a threat.
So where does the majority of conflict still lie when it comes to Muslim-West relationships? What sort of challenges have we got ahead?
Well, the main challenges still remain the acute conflicts that have Western societies up against Muslim societies in some cases. The war in Afghanistan and Iraq, the ongoing conflict in Palestinian-Israeli relations. Without getting at these issues, sometimes I think progress will be much harder to get to.
And so, I mean, what's your sort of vision for the future? What are you sort of hoping for?
I think what we really need to do in moving forward is to move past just government-to-government relations. We really need much more robust networks of people between societies. We need relations between businesses, between civil society, between women's groups. If we only rely on bridges between governments, then the relationship will be much more fragile.
So tell us about the new research centre that you set up here in Abu Dhabi and maybe some other initiatives that are underway as well.
The Gallup Centre is a partnership between the Gallup organization based in Washington, D.C. and the Abu Dhabi Crown Prince's Court. The vision of the center is to be a primary resource for leaders on the opinions and aspirations of Muslims around the world. So the Abu Dhabi Gallup Centre is our regional base, and we're very proud to be here.
Well, and also I was going to ask as well about the UAE in terms of what other sort of surrounding countries can actually learn from what the UAE has done in terms of, you know, gathering the world into one sort of hub, I suppose.
Absolutely. I think that what we really learn from the vision of the UAE is that we can build intellectual capital here to solve society's greatest challenges. And I think that that's what they're really dedicated to. And so many different organizations have been invited to establish regional hubs. And that's really the goal, is how do we solve not just our own problems, but the world's problems by investing in intellectual discovery.
Well, I'm afraid that's all we've got time for, but it's been a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you.
Thank you. It's been wonderful.
Well, that's it from the business desk. You can write to us, though, at ib@city7tv.com. Up next, Natasha Thomas is back with the details of Nelly Furtado's first Middle East concert, attended by 13,000 fans.